Just the one thing I did want to communicate to you was just that this network, for those of us that are walking ventures or who are like legitimately entrepreneurial, we should find value in this. The people that are on this network help us achieve our life goals. Like if you are a business person, you're coming to this because you need to figure out how to transform your career into something that is going to make you a livelihood. You have access to really creative, artistic people. Those artistic and creative people might not be as entrepreneurial as you, but think about the ideas that somebody like Nikki or Michelle or Fred or you can have in your business venture. You have access to a creative team as you design your career. Now that by the way elevates artists in a way that the scientists never could. Like scientists are like, that scientist will reach out to you and say, oh, can you make my data look good? Oh, can you draw me cool pictures? Oh, can you, I want my art to be represented by artists in galleries. It's like, come on. What we're doing is casting artists as creative partners in the design of an abundant life. That's another role that an artist can do for people. Think about it. We can hire artists to help us design our lives in a prosperous way. It's not trivial.
No, and it's not a waste of time. And in fact, we need people to do what we're doing.
That's right.
And we need other people who can take what it is we're doing
and value it though. And value. And this is how, and the way we get them to because they won't otherwise. They'll be like, yeah, I've been talking to all these artists and now I've got all these ideas that I'm going to put into action and make money with. Fuck those artists. I'm going to do this. I'm going to execute it. And that's where the value is. They don't know that all the value that they're executing came from this creative team. They don't see that. We are forcing that to happen by saying, no, by interacting on this network, the Oikanauts that you are getting those creative ideas, you're paying them for their creative input by virtue of participating. You curious people that are out there just extracting the creative energy that we talk about on when we get in our thinking high and you watch it, you're going to pay for that. Yep. That's how we value the Riches and the Ritas and the Nickis that's how we value them.
Yes. And
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. Because two things to support what you're saying, where I will never forget when John was talking about the mystics informing the priests and then the priests informing the congregation. And then so I got excited because he put the mystics in there as the people
but then he breaks the value chain somehow.
Yes, because then he gets rid of the mystics and only starts talking about the priests. And it was so
and then the priests hand out the collection plate and they amass the power and they become the power.
And the mystics are off in the woods.
That's right. With nothing.
And loving it because they know better.
Right.
But
they don't have any power.
And they don't need the power, but it is really important that the congregation values the mystics.
That's right.
That's important.
That's huge. And I think that's what I want this Oikurious, Oikru, Oikanaut structure to do. Is to
flow.
Well, not just flow, but I want it to force that relationship. That's what I want. Like, you can't just come in here and take all this value because of people who give it and take it without any acknowledgement. I want that relationship to be righted. It needs to be put back into right relationship. That's what I want. That's why I'm trying to do that. They're the technicians.
Yes, but all we want to do is, like, we know what we have is valuable and we want to give it, but we also don't want to feel exploited. We also don't want to feel forgotten. And like the technicians, they're sitting around pretending they're making up.
Well, this is another one of those things that AI is doing inadvertently. It is making those technicians, it's writing it like it's just like it's saying, get back into actual relationships in the world. Trust. The only thing you can trust now are people that you actually know and love and know. You can't trust anything virtual anymore because it could be fake. The only thing you can actually trust are the real world relationships that you're in. Lo and behold, AI is restoring this thing we all desperately want and need, and it's doing it. As a backdrop to all the scary shit, it's actually doing the thing we need it to do, that we want it to do. The other thing that it's doing that we want it to do is to restore the fact that all these left brain tech bros are just that. They're just technicians. They're technicians. They're not
Which,
visionaries.
yes, but like when we are off on our thinking high and we're struggling to figure out how to create a space and turn this into something for the world, those technicians are super valuable. Like, so it's not that we're trying to take the value
I'm
away
not
from the
even sure they
technician.
are. This is my point. AI is making them not valuable. Their value is going to zero. When Gina came to me, she said, I don't need Wikipedia knowledge. I can go get that. The technology provides that. What I need is your perspective. I need your POV on
Mhm,
how an octopus experiences the world. You can't get that from Wikipedia. She came to me for something else. A
mhm,
tech bro can't give you that. A
mhm,
tech bro has inadvertently teched himself out of a job.
mhm,
Those people are going to be refugees now. I'm not out to get revenge, but I'm out to set the
yeah,
record straight that what we need are whole brained, caring, sympathetic, empathetic people to build the future.
mhm.
It's a reckoning. It is a reckoning. That is important. All of that. Right?
This is yeah, yeah.
I mean, am I just preaching to the choir here? Am I like, is this a thinking high? And what?
I mean, yes, you're preaching to the choir. Yes, it's a thinking high.